Daddy, oh. What are you doing? The children are not sleeping yet, oh. What do you mean? They are not sleeping. Oh, when you get to the room, Jare, they are babies. They can't know. They know. Okay? Just watch this clip and we will come back to what we are going to discuss today. Children, they know that you are having sex. And we'll talk about their reaction afterwards.
What did you hear?
Nothing!
What's the problem?
Nothing!
Oh,
There's no problem whatsoever.
are you sure you didn't hear Mom and Dad have sex?
Oh, 3 times! 3 times!
Oh my God.
3 times!
Are you crying?
You would be dead right now if you heard it!
What did you hear? What did you hear?
Nothing!
What's the problem?
Nothing!
Oh,
There's no problem whatsoever.
are you sure you didn't hear?
American. You know, somebody saves somebody. Generally, how do parents, find themselves in this situation? Especially now that we are on lockdown. Everybody is sassed up. Daddy is doing dovey-dovey. Mommy is doing dovey-dovey. And everybody is like hyped up. This is it. Baby boom expected next year. But guess what? These children, as you can see in that video, they are traumatized. It's as if they've seen a ghost or something. It's etched in their memory for life. And it wasn't it's not a pleasant one. They don't like it. We love what we're doing. Then they're going to do it eventually as well, But then, why are we human beings like this? The same way you parents feel awkward when you walk into your son, playing with his willy, or your daughter playing with her, peanuts or punani. The same way you feel disgusted and irritated or whatever feeling comes through our mind is even worse, much more in the minds of the children. And they are scarred for life. That's how they put it. I'm going to be going through some reaction of children reacting to or discussing how they felt when they were as young as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 15 years olds, in a group chat, talking about how they felt when they walked in or bumped in or saw their parents in action. How did they even get to know? Some people say, oh, why didn't you lock the door? Locking the door doesn't solve it. Sometimes the loud noise, they hear it and they can discern that this is not noise of you praying or you and mommy play fighting. They are getting down. They know. Sometimes, guess how? Some people, they work on their parents. Some even said she was 3 years old and the parent thought she didn't know and they were having it in the shower and they do it every day and she just felt that it's normal. Well, kudos to that child. But guess what? Some child never liked it, just like this her friend in the video. They never like, and it's traumatic. It's traumatizing, whatever the English word is. Okay, save me the stress. Sometimes it's on your phone. Some of us, women, or men, record these things and you give, mommy, can I use your phone? I want to play Candy Crush. That's the only phone game on your phone. And you give them innocently with your mind at 0 caution level. And you give them innocently and they came back and say, mommy, take your phone. I don't want to play again. And they've seen you and daddy boogie woogie in the same, in that same phone that she thought was owned by a holy mom. Or it could even be the text messages you exchanged. And your 9, 11-year-old read it as like, mommy is dirty. That's what we get. And sometimes they could be wandering around your room and they find the toys. And when they found toys, if you are the toy type, they say, is mommy a baby? And if they really know what they know, God save you if they don't take your condom to school and show their children, their friends as mommy's balloon or daddy's balloon. If it is the other explicit toys aside from the condom, then you know you are in for a game, because they now know and they have to Google it because the name is going to be on it, isn't it? Or the picture, they snap it and they ask Google, what is this? And Google, these children, they are smart. They know, and it's unsettling for them. They know, these are the ways they know. Sometimes it's on the laptop. You think you have put it in a special folder, you type the folder, you name the folder, secret folder. Secret to who? These are our children that know more than us on computer. It's not secret, and they click it and they see all this, like, wow. So auntie is this nasty. So, parents, what can we do? I think two things: to architects that build our houses, and to parents that choose rooms when you get a house. This is what we can do. But before we go to what we can do, I want to quickly go through some of the reactions some of these children have. One boy was very nasty about it. He said he walked in on them and he shouted on them and he said, "Come on guys, you are disturbing my sleep. If you continue doing this thing without regarding my presence and how I feel, I'm going to burn the bed." Gangster. He said he's going to burn the bed, the parents' bed. Can you imagine that? There was a boy. He said he's going to. He called out the parents in front. He reported the parents in front of the family. I don't know how he did it. Maybe it was the Christmas period, and he waited until when the whole other extended families are around and like, "Enyebi, family member, listen, no, these two, they don't let me sleep at night. Oh. One day before I will help you to warn them, because it's knocking my, like, it's doing my head in." Some children are savage, trust me. And then, you know, I don't know. Then some of them even don't care. Some of them don't care really. And part of the children, sadly, or well, let me say, ironically, some of the children that are very relaxed and said, "Nah, they don't care." They say, "Thank God it's not happening to me." Those ones are the ones that find it like strange or weird that it is actually happening. They are the ones that maybe their parents are dead, so they, you know, they are living in hostels with their fellow friends, so they don't get to see all these things. Maybe they are in boarding houses, or their parents are divorced, you know, and they are living with just one mom, and the mom or dad doesn't bring in somebody else into the house to do it. Maybe he or she goes out to do it. Or maybe one child even said, "Oh, your parents still love each other, that they are having sex." Sorry, I can't relate. That was what the child typed as his own reaction. And one said, she lives in Africa, that it doesn't happen in Africa, that you don't get to see it. Ebo, is it true? Many African people have seen it. African children, I know of a girl. That was even where people say she was very promiscuous, because she always sees her parents having sex. So, and she sees the way her mommy reacts, and she's like, for this woman to be enjoying, you know, this thing, that means it must be good. That was how she started having sex at an early age. And yeah, so sometimes these things are, you know, weird, but I don't think that's an excuse that in Africa, although most African people, we are more reserved when it comes to things like that. Okay, so maybe that is what she meant. That is why she may not have stumbled into that. Okay, and another way that children can know, this is one I forgot to add, is they have their imagination, and it tells them what is going on as early as age 7. One said he was in the other room in a caravan. Okay, I guess this one is from the white man land where they use caravans, where they live in caravan or something. And that as soon as he heard the package, listen, it's like a beginning of a novel. As soon as he heard the package open, he said, then he heard noise, and then the caravan was rocking, and then suddenly the noise stopped. Put 2 and 2 together. That child knows what is going on. So they know, they can see it, walk into you and jam you doing it, or they can hear it, or they can imagine from the noises they hear, and especially if you are the noisy type, either daddy or mommy. And sometimes I think why children are mainly affected. Okay, let me speak from my own perspective, what I feel. I'm not an expert in none of these things, in terms of psychological, behavior of people. But then this is why I feel children are upset, because I think they place parents in that angle of respect. Maybe it's a parent or their aunts or their uncles, and they respect you and they believe you're holy, especially if you have the one that have been preaching morals to them. And they know that these things is dirty. You've told them nobody should touch your pee-pee. That's, and then you are the one they see you out touching pee-pees. Like, what's going on? Exactly what is going on? One child even said the day when the teacher that of course she hold in high esteem, when she found out that she was pregnant, she say, oh, so this teacher that is very, disciplined and reserved and moral and all that. So she does it. So now she's pregnant. And that it troubled her and changed her perspective about the teacher. So I think it's people that we hold in high value or high standard of, put them in high position in our hearts, in our minds, that we get affected by. Okay? And sometimes also it's because if the children are from a broken home and it is the daddy's girlfriend or the mommy's boyfriend, it could also be from the heart of protecting their interest. Like, oh, I wish it's my dad. One child said, I don't mind if it's my dad, but that's my mom's boyfriend. Sometimes it's just being jealous, okay, for the other parent that is not available in the action. And it's weird sometimes the way we human, the way we react to things. And some of the funny reaction is I would say some of them. One said as he walked in and saw it that he felt blind. Exaggeration, eh? But that's what he wrote, that he felt blind. Then one said he can still remember the sound he heard, and he can still remember the crying, that he went to the bathroom to cry. So I'm going to post some of these comments to you for you to read, at the end of this clip. And one said he won a basketball challenge. These are one of the reactions that are funny. And when he saw his mom go into his dad, they go in the room together, and they were talking obviously before they left him in the living room, and they walked in and they were talking about the basketball. And then he now heard clapping. He now heard clapping sound. And as he was going to the room to knock the door, only then it occurred to him that, oh, okay, that is not clapping sound. Something else is clapping. And he had to, their imagination is, they are too sharp. So, what can I suggest? I can't tell you that I don't know if my children are aware or have found themselves in this situation, but this boy's reaction, and also because I can't also tell you if I remember seeing my parents. So this my suggestion is coming from just this clip and the children's reaction. I think the ones that hear most or that can deduce what is going on from the noises are the ones that their rooms are next door to their parents' rooms or their aunties' rooms, especially their parents. Okay, I'll restrict it to parents now. And also, of course, those ones that their parents' room are up. So when the bed is rocking, they know. They hear it and they know, and they cannot unhear it. So I would advise, for me and probably for people who may want to consider it, that let children's bedroom be on top of your bedroom. That is the best position. Or you let it be at the opposite, of your bedroom. And please lock the door. And when the children are around, mommies and daddies, make less noise. Please. So I want to know your comments, your reaction, what you would do if you are the parents, because not many parents responded or typed in their reaction, but probably they were even adults then. There was people that wrote their experiences, but most of them are children, and even the adults or maybe the teenagers reacting, they were only saying what they saw and how they felt, or their own reaction that they remembered from childhood. So what would you do as a parent? And especially now that we are in quarantine and we are in lockdown, so everybody's getting down. So how would you react? How would you solve this problem? It's a big problem. It is a big problem, because if it is challenging the mental states and is scarring the children, then I think it's worth a proper selfless consideration from us parents. So please, what do you think? Feel free to share your comments. And that's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. We love you. We hope to get better. We hope to get better in all these things that we do, and we also love for you to be part of us. Okay? Thanks all for watching. Bye bye.
See on my other video, I scored the first goal. After that, I couldn't even